Hey everyone, this is Ed, and today I'm going to show you how to get started using Google Meet. Google Meet, as you already know, is the video conference app that the district has chosen for us to use. And if you're familiar with anything like Google Hangouts, it's very similar, but just geared more towards the business end of things. Google Meet is pretty simple to use, but please keep in mind throughout this video that I'm not on a video call with anyone else, so it might look a little bit different on your screen. Also, keep in mind that this is an introduction tutorial. And one of the problems we're going to immediately have is to create our first Google Meet. It's very simple to do if we want to go ahead and create one right now and use it right now. But if we're trying to set one up for the future, I don't know, maybe in a couple days or so, then we're going to have to use Google Calendar. And I think for this tutorial, that is a little out of the realm of what we're trying to accomplish. This is really just to get you the basics and to go ahead and get you started. As always, make sure you're logged in with your Cheltenham account. If you're using a personal account, you really won't have any luck because in this box right here, it'll say use a meeting code or that your account will only let you join meetings. So I'm going to go ahead and click start meeting. Now it's going to ask me for a meeting name, and for this one I'm just going to call it practice and then hit continue. Okay, so we're in our Google meeting right now, and you can see on the right hand side it says join now, but before I do that I'm going to put a sticky note over the camera just because it's a little awkward looking at myself when I'm trying to do this. So just bear with me. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and click join now. So I joined the class and you can see a pop-up box comes up first, and it's called practice, which is what we decided to call it. And I have two options to get students to connect. The first one is the dial-in, and you can see that all the kids have to do is dial this phone number and then they'll have to enter a PIN, and this is probably appropriate for some children that do not have access to a computer. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy this link, and then we're going to go over to Google Classroom. Okay, so I'm in a practice Google Classroom that I have, and I think probably the best way to do this is on your stream. So you're going to come over here and you're going to click class meeting at 9 a.m. And then you're going to post the link, and then post it for everybody to see. Now any student that has that link can go ahead and click on that, and it'll take them to the classroom. So now I'm going to head back to the teacher view in Google Meet. Alright, so I'm back in Google Meet now, and this is kind of what you see when you're recording. Again, it's going to be a little bit different because you're going to have multiple people in the class. But starting in the upper right hand corner, this tells you how many people are in the class. And if we go ahead and click that, we can see who those people are. And to the right of that is the chat button, so we can go ahead and have side conversation when someone's talking if we would like, some sort of back channel. So let's get out here and look at some of the other options we have at the bottom. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have the practice. That's the name of the class. And if we pick that up, we can go ahead. This is the information if we need people if we want them to join again. And let's move over to the middle. This is probably the most important part. This is the microphone, just like we use in Zoom for our meetings. We want to make sure that the students turn them off. The red telephone would be to end the conference call. And this is if you want to turn your camera off, turn your video off. So you can see mine's off right there. The other thing that's kind of cool is that you could turn the captions on. Now when I turn the captions on, it's just going to be like a closed caption system. And then finally we have present now. And this is where you can go ahead and share your entire screen or any type of information that you would have if you had a PowerPoint or whatnot that you would like to go ahead and share with the class. For this tutorial, that kind of gives us all the basics that we really need to know, but probably the most important thing that we need to know is going to be up here at the top. And we're going to click on the participants in the class. You can see there are now two. I went ahead and I signed in with another computer. So let's go ahead and click on the participants and see what's up. As you can see, there are two people in the classroom. There's me as the teacher, and that's the first one. It says the you in the parentheses. And then there's me as the student, which is the bottom one. And I'm going to scroll down over that one, and you can see there's a drop-down box which is available. And I really want to concern myself with the middle option and the one on the right. So the one in the middle is the mute option. I have to be really careful here because I can mute any student that I want, but the problem is I cannot unmute them. The student would have to do that. So let's go ahead and click that just so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to click mute. And probably out of all the features, this one is the most important one. This one right here is how you remove a student from it. And this is important because if you just leave the meeting, then all of the students can stay together and you're responsible for that class, but you're not there. So before you exit out of the Google Meet, you want to go through and individually remove every student that's from there. So if I go ahead and click remove, you can see, do I want to remove me from the call? And just click remove. And you can see that that person is no longer on the people list. And after every student is removed, then I want to go ahead and end the meet myself. And to do that, as we mentioned earlier, we're just going to hit the red phone at the bottom of the screen. And there you have it. That's the end of the Google Meet. You can go ahead and close whatever tabs or windows that you want to. And hopefully you enjoyed watching this tutorial.